Okay, so just take me through this business canvas.
Okay, so business model canvas is what we advise startups and SMEs to have.
Great.
So as you can see, this is a business model canvas. These are the 9 columns. And the first one is the key partners. Every business has partners, whether suppliers or partners for your business or stakeholders in the same sector or anybody that you know you're going to work with. And then the key activities mainly are the essential things that you're going to do that will result in either the product or the service that you're offering. And then when you come here, the key resources, those are the essential things that she needs.
Right.
Supplies, exactly. Okay. Because this gives an overview of where, you know, to go for what, right? And then we have the value proposition, and this is what makes it different. Okay. Okay, what are you offering the customers that makes you different from what other people are offering the customers? Exactly. And then this one is customer relationship, which is very important. How are you going to stay in touch with your customers? Okay. And these are channels of distribution. Okay. How are you going to send your, and for Mama Sweet, she started with the walk-ins, but then now you know that she's doing things like deliveries, people are ordering and all those, so these are channels. Okay. And then we have a customer segment. Not everybody is your customer, and that's the illusion with businesses. People think that, oh, because I am doing this, everybody is my customer. But this one gives you an insight into specifically who are your customers and who you need to pay attention to. And this is a cost structure. What are you going to spend money on? Because when you know what your resources are, when you know what your key activities are, when you know what your value propositions are, then you will know exactly what you're going to spend money on. Okay. And this one probably might not be everything you will spend money on, but the essential things that are going to take most of your capital. And then this tells you where the revenue streams are going to come from. Okay. Because if your expenditure is increasing and your revenue is not increasing, that means you're going to make losses, and as such, you're going to collapse. So this business model canvas is very important. It helps you with strategic planning. It helps you to have a basis to write your business plan, and it helps you with even getting investors, because when they look at it, they have an overview of your business, and this can be done by small, big, or even startup companies.
So you saw it right there, the business canvas. Yeah, go there, just Google and make it work for your business. And now to today's show, the Solutions Review Show. Here we fix things. My name is Kafui Day, and I just want to bring you up to speed with what's happening with my guests. I have one familiar face and 2 new people. I'm going to start with the familiar, and then we'll go to the unknown, who will very soon become known to you. Yes, sir.
Hello, Kafui. My name is Eko Mensah, as usual from the Premium Bank Health Station, and also CEO the African Network of Entrepreneurs. My passion is with SMEs and startups and ensuring they build the systems and structures needed to promote their business and to sustain their business growth.
Thank you very much. The lady in yellow looks like she has a lot to do with money. Your name and what you do?
My name is Mrs. Vivian Shika Omolumu. I'm currently with Ghana Revenue Authority at Dakar STO branch. I'm a Chief Revenue Officer. And as you rightly said, yes, my name is Shika, and I'm also working with GRA Revenue Collection, so it has to do with revenue, money, everything.
Our taxes?
Our future.
Fantastic. From Shika to another man who I think has something to do with money.
My name is Prosper Bonnie with MTN Mobile Money, responsible for compliance and money laundering.
Fantastic. So, yep, you just saw the show and you know what to do. Just plug in and let us hear from you. Now, let me find out from my panel exactly what their key takeaways are from this particular episode. I'm going to start with you first of all, Prosper. What did you take from this particular episode of Solutions?
It's quite a very good, innovative drama. Now, if you look at it, AMA has something to do with progression when it comes to business. And a key concern was an issue of trust. Relatively, I think that there should be a disclosure for whatever reasons or for whatever she's done in the past. And for every business to strive, it's an issue of trust. So it's key.
So you're looking forward to a disclosure from AMA anytime soon?
Yeah.
Shika, what did you take away from this particular episode?
I actually appreciated where the 2 consultants, man and wife, are coming from, setting out to help businesses grow, SMEs grow. And then in the other episode, when we saw the other lady who's like a competitor, but not in the same business, but seeing that her friend's business was actually booming, people were patronizing it. If she didn't know what exactly the woman had, put into getting to that stage, she was thinking of the superstition that the woman was doing, going after witchcraft and things to boost her business. That is one typical aspects of the Ghanaian and African can say that it's better for us to open our eyes and move away from the superstition and then delve into what technology has for us.
Key takeaways for you?
Well, I'll take us back to the beginning when the entrepreneur came with Amma to the help station and the power of information. You remember that the help station agent was able to let them know the number of, I think she mentioned over 1,000 products that they could export, you know, and the entrepreneur himself did not even know about that as at the time he was coming into the help station. So it tells me a lot about the lack of information, either by the people that are the practitioners of the business, that's the entrepreneurs, or the people that are supporting the business to grow. And I'm excited that at least by him coming to the help station, he was able to get exposed to the information that was available. Sometimes it's not even about the money, but knowing that this exists and these are initiatives that governments, donors, international partners have already put in place that you can access as a business is very critical. So for me, that's like my main takeaway. And for anybody that's in business, I think that you should go after the information and know what is current and what can benefit your business, and then find people like myself, the help station, that can help you to access the supports that already exist.
Let's stay on the topic of information. So Amma obviously has some information that is not palatable, but she wants to disclose to her husband. And with Eno Messi and Mama Sweet, so Eno Messi is the pineapple lady who obviously doesn't have much information on how to boost her business. And what are your thoughts, Prosper, on how she went about her whole business?
Well, typically that would be an African or a Ghanaian mentality, sticking to issues of superstitions. That is what is behind why she's unable to strive in her current business. But for me, I think it is key that she makes herself open and listen to what Amma was saying, that, look, you need to go beyond what it is today. You need to seek information yourself. So for me, I think for every small business or every SME coming up, you need to be very flexible. We all need to learn. There's a lot of space now where you can even go online and Google. There are people who have gone through the same trend and have been able to make it. So you learn from all the areas possible you can.
And of course, if Eno Messi was using mobile money, she would be getting her payments very quickly.
Of course, you can always order and pay with MTN mobile money. You don't need to queue. It's made life more simple and easier. Look, Ghanaians love to queue coffee, and gradually we should be able to move away from that setting. Technology, on the side of doing integrations on other systems and also making payments, mobile money is there. You can just pay and your life should be credited. You can just pay and your food will be there. You go and pick it up. You can sit in a taxi or trotro. You just pay and the driver moves on because he will receive an alert. So it is splendid.
Fantastic. If I were an SME owner, the only kind of queue I'd love would be the one where I look at my alerts and the payments are coming in a nice
queue. Payments queue.
That's the kind of queue we like. Shika, I'm sure as GRA, you must be excited to have the Mama Sweets of this world plugging in on the Ghana Post GPS, because then you can find them and take your taxes.
Yes, because GRA has a very vital function, which is finding the taxpayer. Locating the taxpayer has been a headache all these years. So we have a lot of data on taxpayers who cannot be located. So they're not able to collect the needed revenue. So the GPS has come in just on time. Mama Sweets is doing something very nice, and I pray
Eno Messi
also keys into that, because we are concerned about the location of the taxpayer. As much as we get the taxpayer, there's so much information that we can get from them. We can also educate them, because most of the SMEs do not know the need of keeping records. We've already come out with a template to educate the taxpayers on the need to keep adequate records, which is the basis of tax assessments.
Indeed.
Because without the records, we might not be assessing fairly.
Exactly so.
So we need to be very fair in everything we do. So
Indeed.
we need them to, when we locate them and we are able to trace them wherever they move, then we'll be able to get them at any point in time and get the needed revenue for the state. This brings to mind the need to educate the public a little on what Ghana Revenue Authority is all about. It is basically an organization that has been set up by government to collect revenue for needed development innovation. And Ghana Revenue Authority is doing the localized or domestic revenue collection. We also have a customs division in GRA. We have the domestic tax revenue division, which is an integration of the value-added tax service and customs division. The benefits of actually paying taxes is for the nation to stop going cap in hand begging for arms from development partners who would actually give you conditionalities that we cannot meet, that would even ensure that our generations unborn will still be paying loans that we have gone in for. So it is very necessary for every individual in Ghana, income earner, to come voluntarily to GRA so that we can widen the tax net and declare your revenue so that we pay the correct taxes and get the nation having its needed revenue. We have nice projects and things that the government has in store for us to be able to build very good roots. The school feeding program, we have the free education, which is our flagship project now, which we will need revenue to actually execute. Especially with the SMEs, it is very necessary for them to come out voluntarily and pay their taxes, be tax compliant, because there are so many things that they can benefit from having a tax clearance certificate from GRA to be able to tender for government contracts, to be able to clear goods from the cover, you need a tax clearance certificate. To be able to even get payment from governments for maybe jobs that you have executed, evidence of tax clearance certificate. Looking at the episode we watched, we talked of AGWA. So many people are actually ignorant of the benefits they have with AGWA. With GRA, the laws, we have the Free Zone Board, which actually gives people who are into AGWA the option of not paying taxes for 10 years. And it's also very important for you to have your business registered with GRA, keep accurate records, because after the 10-year exemption period, you need to start paying taxes.
Thank you very much, Shika, and this is why you should be watching the Solutions Review Show. So Ama Ghana puts Mama Sweet on the Ghana Post GPS, and you get all this education about the relevance of your taxes to the development of this country and to your development as an SME. It almost seems as if today's show is the money edition of the Solutions Review Show. We've got mobile money, we've got Ghana Revenue, and we've got a banker in Echo. Echo, anything you want to say in reaction to what Shika or Prosper may have said?
Well,
or your own thoughts?
Well, I'll just address what Prosper said about Ghanaians liking or loving queues. We don't. We hate queues. I mean, I think for most of the experiences I've had, I don't like queues at all. But the thing is, for a business owner, queues shows the person that, oh, you're in business. You know, it's like an evidence of business is booming. So when I come and I see a lot of people standing waiting to be served or for my product or service, I feel that, oh, okay, business is good. When you get into the banking hall, there are quite a number of people there, so, oh, the bank is doing well because it has a lot of customers. But really, the reason why we want to go cashless is to avoid all these, because less queues means faster business. Things are going on faster, transactions are going on faster, you're able to do things within a certain time frame that gives you opportunity to do more. You know, because, I mean, why would you want to waste a whole hour sitting and waiting? You know, so for somebody to say that, how can mobile money go with pineapple? It only shows that the person is not ready to learn. And it goes with a lot of people that we probably even meet, especially in our health machine training programs and all that. People are fixed in their mind as to what they think they are used to or the experience they've had all these years. And they feel that there's this, because she already believes in superstition. So then what if somebody sends me mobile money and then somehow it gets lost, you know, on my phone? And at the end of the day, the person's already gone, finished my pineapple. Exactly. You know, and these are all education. I like the fact that GRA is embarking on this massive education program because there's a fundamental reason why people don't pay tax. There is. Because at the end of the day, first, a lack of education, and then the lack of evidence of how it impacts their business. Because if I'm an SME, a limited liability, and I have to pay 25% of my total profits every year to GRA, and I don't get lights, my road is bad, my employees are stealing from me, and things like that. I mean, the evidence of my business not doing well, even though I am compliant. And sometimes even the difficulties you go through in even complying or paying your tax, you go and sit there for hours when I could probably send my tax through mobile money. You know, so there are fundamental problems, and sometimes you are even victimized for wanting to voluntarily comply. And these are some of the things that I think that through education, we probably would be able to get our SMEs to understand.
Anybody want to say anything? Shika will come in and then I'll bring you in after.
The issue of the difficulty of the SMEs coming to pay taxes at GRA because of the inconveniences they encounter. We are actually trying to move on to the mobile money. In fact, it is something that they've already started, but they are, hastening slowly because of the issues of fraud and things. This is government revenue. We must actually protect it.
Let's hear from Prosper. Prosper is here.
Because
mobile money. Yeah,
I mean,
it
was quite pleasant to hear that GRA is trying to do that. Now, for me, mobile money it's very secured. Most of the issues we've had to do with social engineering, where customers are basically called and walk through certain processes to effect money off their account, under the pretense of bringing them goods from outside. Somebody wrongly sent them money. But on the side of GRA, we have the likes of ECG, we have the cable network, DSTV, and other people who are also going through this channel, collecting a lot of money as subscriptions and all that. So for me, I think that we can still address the issue of GRA.
Yeah. And I'm excited about ECG because that's a government
ECG
organization.
is doing that.
If they are taking money through mobile money.
Ghana Water is also doing that. So we can still address the challenge of GRA. I know SNIT also is trying to work something out for the pension collection and even paying out and all that. So the issue of fraud, yes, which has to do with education, which we all would need to push through, educate people that, look, you always will need to read whatever comes on your phone. If you cannot read, show it to somebody you trust. That is the key thing. Show whatever message that pops up on your phone to somebody you trust to tell you this is what it is. Do not approve any transaction which you have not initiated, or do not authorize any transaction which you have not initiated. That's the bit about it. So I feel that GRA, yes, we can still address their issue. The issue of fraud shouldn't be a stumbling block, and that I see would help build our own nation.
Educative, insightful, it's forward-thinking. This is Solutions. Here we fix things. Remember, you want to plug in social media. Let us know what you're thinking, what you're saying, what you're commenting about this particular episode of Solutions Business Show. Listen, before I get the final wraps from my guests, I also want to speak about what I also took away, and I saw attitudes from Kofi Ghana, who wasn't really fazed by an apparent slowdown, and he wasn't getting the kind of feedback he wanted, but he kept his vim up, which is good for business people. You want to keep your spirits and your confidence up, and it helps with your business. And also with Mama Sweet, who had to come and confront a customer who was threatening to get really angry with service from her girls. And the way she handled it, I think, was good. And she basically smoothed the issue over and made sure that the person would get better service when he came back the next time. So when you have problems, you can use the right attitude to confront them. Now, let me go right around the table and get your concluding remarks. I'm going to start with Echo.
Okay, well, I particularly like the fact that this episode was mainly focused on information and also trust in business. And you realize that Amagana and the ex-boyfriend are now faced with a big challenge which would affect their business together if they come forward, whether positive or negative. But in the long run, I think that it would be best for them to come forward now so that they don't enjoy, the fruits of the business, and then eventually they have to cut short their business relationship because of, let's see how the next episode comes up. But access to information is like the biggest deal when it comes to business. I think that business people not only should just watch Solutions, because I know Solutions will give them a lot of information. Even the review, I have learned a lot from both panelists. Even though I have a question for Prosper, and I'll ask.
Yeah, shoot.
And we have an issue with the help station with some of the SMEs that we are advising to take money on mobile money. And their issue is how to reconcile their books with the amounts they use, because the mobile money takes a certain percentage, which is I think 1%.
Well, it depends on the amount you are doing.
But then there's a certain pay charge. Okay, there are charges on the mobile money transactions. So, for instance, if I bought an item for 50 Ghana cedis and I'm paying through mobile money, now the receiver would want to get the 50 Ghana cedis. That means that I have to send maybe 55 cedis. so that when the receiver takes the money out, the receiver will still get 50 cedis. But on the receipt that the receiver is giving me is 50 cedis, but the money that I have paid is 55. So then how do I reconcile the two in my books? And that's one of the challenges that a lot of SMEs are facing, especially those that are not on corporate accounts, but still want to be, cashless. So that's one of the things that I would personally like to hear. What your take is?
I'm sure. I know Mama Sweet will have a problem like this.
Exactly.
So how would you solve it?
So what we've done is that we've categorized our service. We actually have a payment solution, which is more flexible and has to do with what you're talking about. So the payment solution actually is a solution that allows payment to be done to various vendors, being a watch seller, a taxi driver, and all those things. And on those solutions, they have better. They have the system is well managed, where those charges are on the minimal side. You don't need to pay the entire 5 cedi or 50 pesos you're talking about. So that's what we've done. We also have the business entities who are the agents, where you go to do your normal cash in, cash out, send money, and all those things. And the service has charges which are basically what we also make off to even pay the agents who are working for us. So we need to have a balance.
We have to find a way, yes.
I mean, enjoying convenience, yes, a little comes with it and all that. And then just to say something to
yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
What it is that I think the challenge sometimes people feel is that they're unable to do proper reconciliations. For mobile money service, yes, the system is very structured. You can actually pull your statement on daily basis, just like your bank statement. You can actually check how much money came in, what is gone out, and do your reconciliations, and voila, you're able to monitor your cash flow. So if it's one of the key challenges maybe GRA may have, we can come in, do all the necessary presentations, and do what needs to be done, and go through the process, and everything would fix up.
Okay, Shika, I'll give you the last word.
I actually want to refer to Prosper's issue on mobile money for GRA. That is not the only option we have currently running. We have the large taxpayers office having the electronic payment system, which has been piloted. We have most large multinationals being used for that system where they make payment. Even within the medium taxpayer offices and the small taxpayer offices, we have chip transfer, which is done by most of the companies, especially the international companies. That's how they do it. We just get the alerts and they issue the receipts to them. They pick it up at that time. But the only thing that goes with that is the filing of the returns that should go together with the payments. So we are working on that where they can scan it and send to us. They need to come physically to the Ghana Revenue Authority offices to transact business. We are moving there, and we'll definitely get taxpayers feeling very convenient, because convenience is one of the canons of taxation, and we want them to be comfortable in dealing with us.
So we've come to the end of today's show. It's been really exciting. I've learned a lot. And I'd just like to remind us of the organizations which are featured on the show. Premium Bank.
You're better off with us.
Ghana Revenue Authority. And last but not the least, MTN Mobile Money.
A new world of better money.
Okay, and this show is the Solutions Review Show, where we fix things. My name is Kafri Day. Another exhilarating edition of the show. You know what to do, just plug in, let us know what's on your mind. Social media should be buzzing with your comments. And for any help with SME issues, you know where to go. The help station is there for you. Same time next week, God willing, we'll do it again. Have a good evening.